Imagine for a moment that your dream life, the version of reality where you have everything you desire, already exists. Right now, in this very moment, there is a version of you experiencing the life you want. The only reason you're not currently living it is because your consciousness is tuned into a different frequency, observing a different version of reality. Most people believe manifestation is about attracting something they don't have, working hard to bring their desires into existence. But this belief is based on the illusion of linear time, where things appear to progress from past to future. In truth, time is not a straight line. It is a field of simultaneous possibilities. Every version of your life, from your current experience to your highest potential, already exists in what some call the quantum field. You're not pulling a future event toward you. You're shifting your awareness to a version of reality where that event is already true. To understand this, think of reality like a vast radio spectrum. Right now, you're tuned into a specific station, your current life circumstances. But that doesn't mean other stations don't exist. They are all broadcasting simultaneously. The music on another station isn't created when you tune into it. It was already playing, you just weren't hearing it before. Your dream reality works the same way. It exists right now, fully formed, waiting for you to tune in. The challenge is that most people stay locked into their current reality because they see it as fixed. They interact with life as if it's a cause and effect process, believing that external changes must happen first before they can feel different. But physical reality isn't the cause, it's the effect. It's a mirror, reflecting your dominant energy and focus. When you assume that your external world must shift before you can feel successful, happy, or abundant, you unknowingly reinforce your current timeline and keep yourself stuck. To step into your desired timeline, you must stop treating it as something distant or separate. Instead of thinking of it as something you must work toward, recognize that it's already real, already accessible. The key to shifting is understanding that you don't need to create or chase anything. You simply need to align with the frequency of the reality where your desires are already true. This leads us to the next crucial step, frequency. Everything in existence vibrates at a specific frequency, and the reality you experience is a direct reflection of your energetic state. In the next segment, we'll explore how your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs determine which version of reality you are tuned into, and how you can shift your frequency to match the timeline where your desires already exist. Every reality you could possibly experience already exists, but the one you are currently living is the one that matches your dominant frequency. This is the foundation of shifting timelines. Your external world is not random, nor is it a fixed set of circumstances. It is simply a mirror reflecting the vibration you are tuned into. If you want to experience a different reality, you must shift the frequency you are broadcasting. Everything in existence, including your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, carries a vibrational signature. The reason two people can live in the same world but have entirely different experiences is because they are tuned into different frequencies. One person may constantly encounter opportunities and abundance, while another experiences repeated struggles. The difference isn't luck, it's alignment. They are both interacting with versions of reality that match their inner state. The principle of vibrational alignment explains why some people remain stuck in the same circumstances. If someone feels anxious about money, their dominant frequency is financial insecurity. Even if they consciously desire wealth, their subconscious energy is still tuned to scarcity. This creates a contradiction. On the surface, they want change, but their core frequency keeps them aligned with lack. Shifting timelines requires inner congruence. You must not only desire a new reality, but also align your frequency with it. This means shifting your dominant thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to match the energy of the version of you that already has what you want. If you desire abundance, you must cultivate an internal state of abundance before external proof appears. If you desire love, you must embody the feeling of being deeply loved before the relationship manifests. The reason this works is because reality is not happening to you. It is happening through you. Your internal state generates the external reflection. Most people operate under the illusion that they must wait for their circumstances to change before they feel different, but this is backwards. Reality does not respond to hope or wishful thinking. It responds to frequency. This is why raising your frequency is the key to shifting timelines. But here's the mistake many people make. They constantly react to their current reality, reinforcing their existing frequency. If they don't see immediate evidence of their shift, they fall back into old emotions, doubting the process and undoing their alignment. This keeps them locked in the same timeline. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to shift into a new reality is that they keep reinforcing their current one. They look at their circumstances, feel frustrated that nothing is changing, and unknowingly lock themselves into the very frequency they want to escape. This is the fundamental trap, reacting to what is instead of aligning with what can be. Physical reality is not an instant reflection of your desires. It is a delayed mirror of past energy and beliefs. What you are experiencing right now is simply the result of previous thought patterns, emotions, and focus. This means that if you constantly react to your current circumstances with frustration, doubt, or impatience, you are feeding the cycle and stabilizing the timeline you are trying to leave. Most people approach shifting by looking for proof. They take inspired action, visualize their desired reality, and then immediately check to see if anything has changed. When they don't see immediate evidence, they assume it isn't working and revert back to their old emotional state. But this approach is flawed. When you seek proof, you are signaling to the universe that you don't believe the shift has already happened. Your energy remains tied to the old timeline, and your external reality reflects that. To truly shift, you must break this cycle. The key is to detach from external validation and stop waiting for reality to confirm your change. The shift happens internally first. Your thoughts, emotions, and identity must align with the new timeline before the outer world rearranges to match it. If you keep reacting to what you see now, you are reaffirming the past instead of allowing the future to emerge. This is why inner stability is crucial. Instead of looking for proof, act as if your shift is already complete. If you were already living your desired reality, you wouldn't be checking for signs. You would simply be. This doesn't mean ignoring reality, but rather choosing not to let it dictate your internal state. When you master this, your frequency stabilizes, and the shift becomes inevitable. In the next segment, we'll explore how embodying the version of yourself who already has what you desire is the final step in locking in your new timeline. Shifting isn't about hoping or waiting. It's about being the person who already exists in the reality you want. Shifting timelines isn't about waiting for your external world to change. It's about aligning with the version of yourself that already exists in your desired reality. Too many people focus on outcomes rather than on their own state of being, thinking that when their circumstances improve, they will finally feel abundant, confident, or successful. But the truth is, the shift happens in the opposite direction. You must first become the version of yourself that already has what you desire, and only then will reality adjust to reflect that state. Your identity is the strongest factor in determining what timeline you are tuned into. If you continue to think, act, and feel as the person who lacks what they want, you will stay in the version of reality where that lack persists. However, if you step into the identity of someone who already has what you desire, your frequency shifts to match that reality, and the external world begins rearranging itself accordingly. This is where the concept of acting as if comes in, but it's important to clarify that this doesn't mean pretending or forcing an illusion. It means authentically aligning your energy, mindset, and actions with the version of you that naturally exists in the timeline you wish to experience. If you were already in your ideal reality, how would you think? How would you carry yourself? What kind of decisions would you make? The key is to stop approaching life from a state of lack and start living from a state of already having. A simple yet powerful way to implement this is through behavioral congruence. Every choice you make either reinforces your current timeline or shifts you toward a new one. Start making decisions based on the version of yourself who already has what you want. If you desire financial abundance, for example, ask yourself, Would the abundant version of me be consumed by fear over small expenses, or would they trust in the natural flow of money? If you want to shift into the reality where you are deeply confident, would that version of you hesitate and second-guess every decision, or would they act with certainty? Another crucial aspect of embodying your future self is emotional alignment. If you constantly wait for external validation before feeling fulfilled, you are operating from lack, which keeps you stuck in your old timeline. Instead, generate the emotions of already living your desired reality. If you want to experience love, feel love now. If you want success, cultivate a deep sense of achievement before anything changes externally. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is physically real and what is vividly imagined. The more you immerse yourself in the emotional state of your desired reality, the more seamlessly you shift into it. This is why visualization, when done correctly, is such a powerful tool for shifting. It's not about watching yourself succeed as if you're watching a movie. It's about being inside the experience, feeling it fully as if it is happening now. If you're visualizing yourself receiving an award, don't just see it. Feel the excitement, the weight of the trophy in your hands, the warmth of the lights shining on you. If your desired reality is financial freedom, don't just see money in your account. Feel the deep peace and security of knowing you are financially abundant. The more real the experience feels internally, the faster the shift occurs externally. Beyond mental and emotional alignment, the final piece is physical reinforcement. Reality is shaped not just by thoughts and emotions, but also by action. If you desire a new timeline, you must take action in alignment with it. This doesn't mean forcing results. It means moving in ways that naturally reflect your new state of being. If you are shifting into the reality where you are in optimal health, start treating your body as someone in that reality would, through the foods you eat, the way you move, and the energy you bring to each moment. If you are shifting into a reality of success, take the steps that the successful version of you would take, even if they seem small at first. These small, consistent actions reinforce the shift and make it feel more tangible. Every time you make a choice that aligns with your new timeline, you strengthen the bridge to that reality. Over time, these actions accumulate and stabilize your shift, making it your dominant state of being. But one of the most important aspects of embodiment is trust. Many people second-guess themselves, constantly wondering if they are doing enough or if their shift is happening. But doubt pulls you back into your old reality. When you truly embody the new version of yourself, there is no need to question it. You simply live as that person. The shift is already happening, and as long as you remain aligned with this new version of yourself, the external world must adjust to reflect it. In the next segment, we will explore why releasing attachment is the final key to allowing the shift to fully stabilize. Many people block their own progress by holding on too tightly, unknowingly creating resistance. Letting go is what allows the shift to unfold naturally and effortlessly. Shifting timelines isn't always an instant, dramatic event. More often, it's a gradual transition where subtle signs indicate that your energy is aligning with a new reality. Many people overlook these signals because they expect a sudden, undeniable shift, but the truth is, reality tends to shift in ways that feel natural. If you're experiencing certain changes in your external world, emotions, or patterns, you may already be in the process of shifting to your desired timeline. Recognizing these signs can help you stay aligned and trust the process rather than second-guessing or resisting the transition. One of the first indicators of a timeline shift is an increased sense of detachment from your past identity. You may find that things that used to define you, old habits, fears, or even relationships, no longer resonate in the same way. This isn't about losing parts of yourself, but about naturally outgrowing aspects of your old timeline that no longer serve the reality you are aligning with. You might notice yourself making different choices, reacting differently to situations, or feeling less emotionally attached to old triggers. This detachment is a sign that your vibration is no longer a match for the past version of you. Synchronicities are another major sign that you are shifting. These can appear in various forms: repeating numbers, meaningful coincidences, unexpected encounters, or messages that seem directly aligned with your desired reality. Synchronicities are not random. They are reflections of your shifting energy and an indication that you are in greater alignment with the flow of the universe. If you start noticing patterns that feel significant, take it as confirmation that your new timeline is materializing. A shift in emotional states can also signal that you are aligning with a different reality. You may experience bursts of excitement, clarity, or a deep sense of inner peace without a logical reason. These moments are glimpses into the frequency of your new timeline. Conversely, you may also experience waves of discomfort as the subconscious mind processes the transition. Doubts or feelings of uncertainty may arise, not because the shift isn't working, but because the ego is adjusting to the unfamiliarity of a new state of being. The key is to not interpret these emotions as failure, but as natural growing pains of reality shifting. Another noticeable change is how opportunities and interactions begin to shift. You may find that new people enter your life, offering connections or insights that align perfectly with your new path. Situations that once felt out of reach may suddenly become available with little effort. This is because as your frequency changes, you begin attracting experiences that are aligned with your new vibration. However, these opportunities will often require you to step into your new identity fully, meaning you may have to take action in alignment with them rather than falling back into old habits. Your perception of time may also change. When shifting realities, you might experience moments where time feels either slowed down or accelerated. You may feel that certain events happen much faster than expected, or that time itself feels less structured. This is because as your frequency shifts, your relationship with time adjusts to your new reality. If you start noticing these distortions, take it as a sign that you are no longer fully anchored to your old timeline. Perhaps the most powerful sign of all is an intuitive knowing that the shift is happening. Even without external validation, you may feel a deep inner certainty that things are moving in a new direction. This knowing doesn't require proof or logic. It's a feeling of alignment, a sense that you are exactly where you need to be. When this occurs, trust it. The moment you stop questioning whether the shift is happening and instead embody the belief that it is, you solidify your place in the new timeline. Shifting timelines is not about forcing reality to change. It's about becoming the version of yourself that naturally exists in the reality you desire. By now, you understand that your desired reality is already real, existing in another vibrational state, waiting for you to align with it. You've learned how frequency determines your reality, how your reactions to the current timeline keep you stuck, and how embodying your future self bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Now, the final step is about fully anchoring into the shift, ensuring that you don't waver back into old patterns that can pull you back into your previous timeline. The most important thing to realize is that shifting realities is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of alignment. Even when you notice signs that you are shifting, your old timeline may still try to pull you back. This often happens through familiar thoughts, habits, and external reflections that tempt you to react in ways that reinforce your past self. The key to fully stabilizing in your new reality is consistency, continuing to embody the energy, emotions, and decisions of your new timeline, even when the external world hasn't fully caught up yet. Trust is a crucial part of the process. Many people sabotage their shift by doubting it's happening, constantly looking for proof in the external world. But waiting for external confirmation before believing in the shift is like expecting a mirror to change before your reflection does. The mirror only reflects back what you project. The moment you know that you have shifted, without needing validation, you accelerate the stabilization of your new reality. Another key to anchoring your shift is maintaining emotional alignment. Your emotions are your strongest indicators of what timeline you are tuned into. If you find yourself slipping into doubt, fear, or frustration, recognize that these emotions are signals telling you where your focus is. Instead of resisting them, use them as a guide to recalibrate. Ask yourself, what would the version of me in my desired reality feel right now? Redirecting your emotional state to match your new timeline strengthens the shift and prevents you from falling back into old frequencies. Your environment also plays a role in reinforcing the new timeline. While internal alignment is the foundation of shifting, the external world can influence your state of being. Surround yourself with people, content, and experiences that support your new reality. If you are shifting into a timeline of abundance, immerse yourself in environments that reflect abundance. This could mean consuming empowering material, spending time with those who reflect your desired frequency, or making choices that align with the lifestyle you envision. Your external world is a tool that can either reinforce your shift or keep you stuck in the past, so use it wisely. Action is another way to solidify your shift. The choices you make each day determine whether you stay aligned with your new timeline or revert to your old one. Even small shifts in behavior can have a massive impact. If you are shifting into a reality where you are more confident, start making decisions as if you are already that person. If you are shifting into a reality of financial freedom, begin treating money in a way that reflects trust and abundance. Every action you take is a vote for the reality you are stepping into. One of the biggest obstacles people face when anchoring into their new timeline is impatience. The mind tends to expect instant results, and when things don't change overnight, doubt can creep in. However, shifting is a process, and reality operates with a natural delay. Just like planting a seed, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust the process and continue nurturing it. The same applies to reality shifting. If you continue embodying the energy of your new timeline, it will fully solidify in its perfect timing. The paradox of shifting is that the less you try to force it, the faster it happens. When you fully embody your new reality without desperately needing it to appear, you create an effortless flow that allows it to manifest naturally. This is why the final step is always about surrender. Let go of when and how the shift will happen. Know that it already exists, and your only job is to stay aligned with it. At this point, you've done everything necessary to shift. The path has been laid out, and the steps are clear. Now, it's simply a matter of committing to the new reality with full trust. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to force it. You are it. Your shift is already happening. Trust it, embody it, and watch as reality reflects it back to you.